Hi everyone, I'm Dave Mulvaney. I have Dan Schultz here to my left. I have Mike Godwin right here to my right. I have a new set for this week. We're pretty excited about it. We have a pool in our background.
Might jump in there and make this video, but
hey man, whatever feels. We might throw you in. But if you're new watching the show, we know we have a lot of new players this season. We like to get on here, recap the games after they happen, and then we also do some other shows that you'll probably see later on next week where we preview the games coming up. So just for fun, but I'm usually 100% accurate on my previews. Recaps, I'm only about 50% accurate. So let's go ahead and get started, guys.
Sure.
We're gonna jump right into the A division. First game we have Tigers versus ACC. Now Tigers finished I think like 3rd or 4th last season. Lost to the champion Drunk Monkeys in the semifinals in a game that I thought they had won. But they come into the season, they play against ACC, who was also a very tough team last season. I believe they were also knocked out by Drunk Monkeys.
Pretty much everyone was knocked out by Drunk Monkeys.
Well, if they played them.
yeah,
We'll get in.
That's not possible. But
But ACC comes in, wins this game, and they didn't have Spider, but you look at Tigers. Tigers were also short.
That's true. I mean, this is a little bit surprising because I expected the Tigers. Every single year they seem to improve. And I just feel like, you got 2 guys in double figures to start your season. Come on, I know we got a new court and everything, but Tigers have a very, very decorated reputation now. People consider them to be a top 3, top 4 team in the league.
yeah, but they were missing Rock Anderson, and Marky D was only there for.
He showed up at halftime.
From what I hear.
You know what this shows me? Lack of depth. Why? I mean, yeah, you're missing Rock Anderson, but someone's got to fill that spot.
Roster's only 9 people long.
Let's give a little more credit to ACC.
Yeah,
ACC came into the season,
Let's not slight at them.
and you know what? They added Derrick Henry, who just comes from a champion pedigree. 2 seasons in a row for
Should we
Derrick.
get started on his rebounds right now?
I mean,
he only had 3 of them.
I wasn't even going to talk about his rebounds. I was just going to ignore that there were even rebounds for him in this game.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go on to something new this season.
But, let's give some credit to Brian Salter, who now has a team in the A and B division. So that's a lot of managing. But if anyone can do it, we know he can.
He's going for that GM of the Year award.
Yeah, the new GM of the Year award. I like that.
Couple,
That's why he's doing it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just to look at some of these stat lines, Quanah Chase, 15 points, but it was on 3 of 12 shooting, and only 5 rebounds from him.
Double-double?
You know what? Maybe I'll chalk it up.
Double-double?
Maybe I'll chalk it up to maybe the stat guys were rusty this week.
Come on, that is just
We're all
that is
rusty.
disrespectful.
Everyone's a little rusty.
I'm not going to sit here out by this pool and have you disrespect our stat guys like that. Come on. Quanah, come on. You're double-double. You got to put up 20 and 10 every single week. You are not allowed to have an off game ever in this league because we will bring it up. I think that's fair.
Look out.
We didn't take into account the wind out here.
elements.
It's really, really windy. It's blowing my hair all over the place. Jeff Nagel, new to the league. Solid performance by him, 8 points. Then we look down, we look at Stacey Grady.
I thought
your
he
boy,
retired.
Stacey Grady. Not only did he not retire, showed up and dropped 17 points. You have anything to say? Would you like to apologize to Stacey?
You know what he is? He's like Michael Jordan on the Wizards. Like he probably should have retired he should have stayed retired, or I know there was a season where he didn't play. Probably should have stayed retired for a little bit. But he's coming back, he's giving it his all. You know what? I applaud the effort. It's probably not gonna last. Huh?
One last hurrah.
One last hurrah, hopefully. For his sake and his family's. Because I know they want him to stop playing and, focus on other things in life. Because he's an old guy. I mean, he's got to be at least 20 minutes.
That's not bad. You look at Kendall Wisher, 9 points, 2 for 4 from the 3-point line, and Marky D, who showed up, like you said, at halftime, still had 9 points and 6 assists. Just imagine if he was here the whole game, maybe he would have went for that assist record, which we have a new one. We have a new one, and we'll get into that. We'll get into that later. Now we look at ACC stats. Mo Jackson, big game for him, 23 points, 7 of 10 shooting, 5 of 7 from the 3-point line. Tavon Moore, 10 points. And then we look down at Tamir Gibbs, who is almost always going to lead them in scoring. He's up there with 22 points. Probably their best scorer, in my opinion.
They got a good team. No, they have a very good team, and like the Tigers, they've continually gotten better every single year.
Next up, we have the Brothers versus Rock Nation. Rock Nation is looking good this season.
They have offense now. They actually have more than one guy that can get in double figures.
Well, Darnell has always been scoring for them. 18 points. They added Ronnie Bryant. He's going to help them offensively and defensively. He had 11. You have Mike Brown, who is Mike near this
Coach?
It could be, but I doubt it. But no, Mike Brown, the coach, would probably put up only about 8 or 9 in this league. And then we have Julius Gray with 14, who, just a note on Julius Gray, he's closing in on the all-time hack points lead.
Wow.
He only has,
I think it was like 27 behind.
yeah, it was somewhere.
21,
There's a handful of
27
players that are right there, but Julius Gray right now, number 2 all times in points, and he's behind a player who's not even playing this season. So, he has a chance to break it maybe next game.
I think if you give him an award for that, when he does break the record, if you want to make a trophy, you should just have a guy like holding on to his back.
Oh no, you weren't going to do it.
He's been.
That is
the load on his back.
So
for the past
disrespectful.
few-
They're a
After a
defensive
win.
team. Yeah, first game. This is a
win,
new
too.
season, Dan.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, we're talking about history, but this
I'm
is
just
a new
saying,
season.
the weight on that back. I mean, I think if you fashion a trophy, just some guy with the world on his shoulders, that old image, I think that'd be the perfect trophy for him. That would really set the tone. And you know what? Hey, it would motivate Rock Nation to have 4 guys in double figures like they did this past game. Every single game. They need to do this from now on. That's my point.
Then all right, I'm going to stop you right here. We are now on our second game recap. You've already taken a shot at Stacy, and now you've taken a shot at the whole team of Rock Nation.
Yeah. So what?
And it's early on. Next up, we're going to look at brothers. AJ Hicks, he pulled a Julius Gray.
Yes.
Scored all their points.
See,
for
now
him.
you're doing it too.
He wants that all-star
Let the
bid
record
this
show.
season. I know it.
Oh, he's going for
AJ needs
all-star.
it.
But 24 points for him. He was a little upset, and I think he needs to take it up with Idolo. Idolo missed one of his dunks, and he's not happy about it. So
Idolo is a professional photographer.
I think maybe Idolo's got a problem with him. Look the
Yeah.
other way.
And he was a little upset about your ranking.
My ranking was fair.
Not to him.
First
and
of all,
he's proved it this
Do you
week.
know how many?
He deserves
Do you
to
know
be
how many
up
people
there.
I had on the board making those rankings? I had people going through stats, analytics, everything. They've been working on those rankings
had
for
nothing to do
for
with it.
over a year. Over a year they've been working.
I
on
had
it.
nothing to do
I
with
had a whole team put together. They worked on them for years.
Well, he proved to you that.
I didn't even know there were any rankings. So.
Well, you obviously don't check the Facebook page.
No, are they Facebook page or were they on the forum?
No, they
Oh,
were
the player rankings. I saw
Player
those.
ranks.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they're meaningless.
Someone was gunning for my power
I
rankings.
know.
I was about to get really
He
upset.
was real bad. He was coming right in your power rank.
It was probably
Saw that
Stacy
crazy
just
look
writing
on
his
my
own one.
He does that.
But they're missing one of their better scorers in David Todd, also a top 50 player in the league.
Okay.
So brothers will get it together. I think they beat Rock Nation last season.
This is a new Rock Nation.
Yes, it is. New and improved.
Forced to be
I'm a
reckoned
big
with.
fan. Yes.
But we'll chalk it up to a little bit of rust for the brothers.
Okay.
Is that what you're going to say about everyone that
Yeah.
I am this week. This week and only this
Given
week.
one pass?
Yes,
One
that's
free
it.
pass.
Whoa. Did the Hurricane get hit by a hurricane in this game?
Looks like
Where
it.
are they?
They didn't have team shirts. Next up, we have Here We Go Again versus the Hurricanes. The Hurricane, they didn't have team shirts, which is the only reason
Oh, okay.
we don't have
I thought maybe
stats for
I
them.
thought maybe they were winning the game and then the Hurricanes stopped the players. I don't know where they
But
went.
they still got team stats, and
Yeah.
more importantly, they won this game 70-60 over a very good Here We Go Again squad.
I might as well make it 3 for 3 on my shots. Is Jake Royal slowing down?
Oh, no.
First of all,
Jake's nothing
Jake
like
Royal
that.
holds the record for 3-point shots made in a game, in a single game at
Made
14.
12 in a game.
I think he had like 42 points that
I think
game.
I saw that on the History Channel. I saw that documentary.
You showed Jake some respect.
Jake, don't
I'm
let
just
him do
asking
it.
a
Don't
question.
let-
I never said I agreed with it. I'm throwing it out there. Seeing what kind of response it gets. Obviously, you took it very personally, which was not me.
You're going to be on a lot of players hitting this.
If I can say anything about Here We Go Again, they weren't early enough to keep. They were here. The game started. I think they had. It was a 6 o'clock game. I think they showed up at like 5 minutes before 6. Perfect. So you got to be there.
Great time management. Great leadership.
I think Joe Hoban even showed up late. But Brendan O'Brien, 14 points for him, 7
That's
rebounds.
an off night.
No, after the way he was finishing up last season,
He was hurt last season.
I'm not going to cut him any slack. He plays all the time. I'm not even going to give him the rust factor. So, Brennan, I expect more out of you. Joe Hoban, 12 points. Jake only 10. 2 for 6 from 3. So, maybe just adjusting to the new court. And I think the sun was really bad in some parts of that game for them.
Really? The sun?
The sun. It was coming through the windows. You know how Jake likes to shoot from pretty far back. Didn't you play when no, you had the 8 o'clock game, didn't you?
I did.
So the sun was not a factor for you at that
point.
point.
The sun was great for us.
They were
I'll tell you
missing.
what, here we go again. Some chuckers. 31 threes.
Well, we know that already.
Yeah.
Man.
They're professional chuckers.
Usually they shoot a higher percentage.
Where's Joe Tony? No Joe Tony for him?
They did pick up a huge pickup in Darrell Lewis. Not here this week, but I heard he's quite the player.
Oh, yeah? You heard?
I heard that. And we look at X with 13 points, 7 rebounds. Rebounds were hurt this week for some teams so far. Then, we look at the Hurricanes.
That's because those new rims, all the shots are going in.
Yeah, before at...
we'll get to that.
But, Hurricanes roster, we have Lorenzo, who, put together a very good squad. And, they knocked out one of our better teams week 1. So, next up, we have GSU versus the best squad. Now, we look at, first of all, the first thing I want to even key in on for GSU is R.T. Plumsky. They lost the game, by the way. R.T. Plumsky, 1 assist shy of a triple-double. What would that have done for his legacy?
What was the sentence you said right before that sentence? They lost.
You think RT cares if he almost got his triple double? If he would have got his triple
He
double,
would have been what? Maybe the 3rd or 4th guy, 5th guy to get one.
We haven't had too many triple
Corey
doubles.
Lemons.
Outside of Corey Lemons, there might have only been one other person.
Yeah, I think
John Basel. But let's talk about GSU first, and then we'll get to the best squad. Blake Rubenstein, 29 points.
Will you graduate?
Yeah, a lot of these players are new to the league. And Maurice Thoreau, 25 points.
Will you graduate?
The best squad. Were they like literally punching each other in the face for rebounds? Holy cow! 3 guys with double figures for rebounds. I'm sorry.
We're going to get to that best squad in a minute, because I have a lot to say about that.
Oh, okay.
But as I was just saying, Maurice Thoreau, 25 points. Now, he played for your team squad last season, correct?
Correct.
Were they just holding down him for scoring? Because he didn't score like that too often.
Can I say this about Maurice real fast?
He said it's a new season, new me.
Why was he sarcastically making a fool out of you on the Facebook page by saying that you should be you're in the top 50?
He's throwing shots at the GM.
Yeah, he was taking passive
Front
aggressive
office.
shots. Because he couldn't be serious. No offense. I'm just saying.
Maurice Thoreau has a love-hate relationship with this league. He gets upset with the refs when they don't get his calls. He gets upset with our stat keepers. So I knew it was only a matter of time before he took it straight to the top. And you know what? I'm all right with it.
He said basically, I'm going to take it in my own hands. Just score 25.
Next time I do that ranking, you know what? I'm gonna judge Maurice accordingly.
It was on 9 to 14 shooting too. That's pretty good.
Yeah, he had a great game. Now, let's get to the best squad. We look down here. No Derek Savage this week. Didn't need him. Hugden Selby, 16 points. Tomlin Cartwright went off. 16 points, but only 2 of 7 from 3 points.
You have to bring up the negatives.
Well,
He said he was going for the record. He said
Soon.
on Facebook earlier today that he's going for the 3-point record.
Because that's what we're supporting.
Yeah, and he's only
Well-
he was only 10 behind.
Well, he only shot 7.
He's got to
So
shoot.
he's got to shoot. In order for him to make 14, he's going to have to shoot 20. I think he can do it.
Yeah.
Well, he'd have to make 15, I guess.
No, you
So-
have to make 13.
Oh, that's right. The record's 12. The record's 12.
Can we talk about Elliott Savage's game?
I was just getting there. Elliott Savage, 17 assists, 13 rebounds. Those 17 assists break the all-time single-game assist record held by Corey Lemon.
Unselfish games I've seen ever. You look at that, he's got 6 points. Only 6.
Most teams don't even get 17 in a game.
Assists.
That's incredible. And 13 rebounds, too. But only 6 points. But, really, it wasn't about scoring for him this week. It was about the team. That's what I'm talking about.
It was about the triple-double.
And that's what you get from the best
He found
squad.
a way to get 2 more buckets.
Yeah, absolutely. He probably didn't even care. He probably took himself out.
We almost
out of
had
the game.
2 triple-doubles in this game.
This game had a lot of offense, that's for sure. Now, you know what? He didn't even have the best game on the court. Look at Adam Ahern. 29 points, 19 rebounds. That was a monstrous game.
That is.
That might have been our first 30-20 game if that would have happened.
A lot of ifs in this game. Yeah, maybe.
So close to it.
Yeah,
One
a lot
on
of
each
close
side.
games.
So close to that.
And Will, with 33 points, 10 rebounds. There are double-doubles all over the place.
I think he's unstoppable. He might be up there, top players in this league.
Heard a couple incredible dunks.
Oh, yeah.
If you guys haven't seen Will play yet, you gotta come check him out.
I saw the dunk.
But yeah, best squad. They look
And they were missing
improved.
Derek,
And without Derek.
my favorite player.
Was he number 3 on the ranking?
Well deserved.
Next up, we have Air 5, Tyre Hudson's team. He played in the B Division last season. Myself being on the faculty, I remember him quite well. He dropped 40 on us. I think he's only I think he's only 3 people ever in the B Division to have 40 points. Might even be less than that. It's something like that, though.
I know Damien did a long time ago.
Yeah, Damien had 41 one game. I think he had 40 on us, so they might be the only 2. But you look at that, Air 5 puts up 101 points versus Flight Ski.
I'm hearing this team is crazy athletic.
There was probably, just from here, I watched part of their game. I was trying to bounce back and forth between that game and the other game playing. But I think I heard at least 7 dunks, and I think I saw like 4 of them. So,
43 of 65. Mathematician over here, what percentage is that?
That's a good 66% around there. Figure 44,
That's unbelievable.
66%, yeah.
yeah.
And
So,
he put up 101.
you have to look at Flight Skin right now and wonder, where was the
Their
defense?
right?
Where was the defense?
I know. You add Danny Rodriguez, this is what you're going to get.
Oh, no, he
You're
did.
going to get a black hole.
Oh, my God.
You know what Danny Rodriguez
waiting
is?
for it.
Like you could compare him to an NBA player. He's like Eric Gordon. He'll like get you a lot of points, but his teams will always lose. I mean, Danny hasn't been on a winning
Danny
team.
was on 3-time championship
Didn't win.
Shooters Club.
That's on the History Channel.
3 in a row.
Doesn't matter. That's ancient history.
According to you,
That's
that's
at least-
considered a dynasty.
that's
You
at
know,
least
he-
According to you, it's considered
yeah,
a
that is
dynasty.
true.
He's on his last legs.
We want to talk
We
about
all know
streaks.
this.
They had
He
a-
dropped 32 points.
32 games
If it wasn't for him, they would have lost by 50.
I'm just saying, if anything, he probably should have joined a team that.
Good news, here comes Danny right now.
Yeah, I don't care. I'd be like, hey, what's up, man? Love talking about you on the podcast.
Danny
No,
would have threw you in that
he-
pool.
That's okay with it. That actually sounds good. You know, he's a black hole. He's like Eric Gordon. He'll put up like 33 points. His teams, you know, now his team is, no offense. I mean, you gotta have someone else on that team to put up solid numbers, or at least play defense, for crying out loud. Danny was also on the Shooters Club that played no defense whatsoever. So he
They
brings
still
that very
won
decorated resume.
3 in a row.
32 straight games.
They have the streak right now is from the Shooters
Drunk
Club.
Monkey's trying to catch.
They're trying to
Danny
catch
Rodriguez.
the Shooters Club streak. Let's look a little bit more here at Air 5. And then I'm going to get back to Flight Skin in a
I rest
minute.
my case.
Because there's somebody I need to pick on Flight Skin. I'll get there in a minute. You look at Tyre Hudson, 21 points. Great game for him. Taekwon Hudson. The whole Hudson family looks like he's playing in this game. 18 points.
There's one more too, Tyrone Hudson.
Did he get... And 21 points for him.
No, that was. Nah.
No, that's Nick Richards. Sorry. Oh, Tyrone only 2.
He got all excited for a
He didn't
second.
need a score.
You think Tyrone let down Mrs. Hudson with only 2 points? I don't know. But maybe he does other things on the court. Nick Richards, 14 points, and Michael Pritchett, 14 points. Not a whole lot of assists in this game.
Well-balanced offense.
It looks like Elliott Savage out-assisted this whole team. But it wasn't necessary. 101 points.
But maybe our stat keeper.
Oh. Don't you dare talk about
This
All
was
I
a
need to
7
say-
o'clock game. The stat keeper already had 2 games in there.
All I have to
in their
say is
iPad.
Tyre looks like he has some help this year.
Yeah, and that's, you know what?
It's huge.
He's a deadly, deadly player.
He got
And
his
now that he has some extra
he
scoring,
went and got his MVP last season. Now he went and got a team.
put a squad together. Now, you look at Flight Skin again.
You're the
and
real MVP.
I look at Brian Dorsey. And all I'm seeing is
Come on,
11 points.
stop.
All I'm seeing is 11
Efficient.
points.
It was a
What
3
am I
for
seeing
13
that Brian
from
Dorsey
3.
Jr. did?
Can
Can we confirm? Like,
I'd like that confirmed.
yeah, we need
Looks
a
like he took one
confirmation
shot and
on
0
who
points.
Brian
though.
Dorsey Jr. is.
Yeah.
Preston Dogan came out of retirement for a game. You know, I was excited. I thought it was like a celebrity game.
Who's this with 21 points? Vance? Demond?
Demond Vance, 21 points. So
Sounds like he's new in the league.
him and Danny had 53 under 70 points. So, I mean, I heard Flight's going to have some more players that just weren't here this week. I hope that is the case. Or, you know, Danny might have to average 50.
Yeah.
Next up, we have the Crew versus Run and Gun. The Crew won this game by 14 points. Run and Gun, a new team in the league. Kyle Wilkinson played on Dynasty last season. You know, he had enough of that, so he brought his own team.
They're a well-balanced offense.
Yeah,
Just
Mark Sweet, big guy. He played on Ekman DDS,
Yes,
I
he
want to
did.
say, what was
2
it,
seasons.
2 seasons ago?
No, 3.
Three,
We're at the
yeah.
sports place.
Yeah, 3 seasons ago. But this team looks like they struggled to score. Mark had
Crew only
14.
had 6 players, too, I think. Yep.
Look at Lucky, 15 points.
He came to play.
There you go, 7 to 13. Vern with 20 points. Tron Moon must have, you know, taken the night off. Only 9.7 rebounds. Sean Green with 15, and Boyce with 17.
Yeah, it's the Crew. I mean, it's not surprising. They're going to be a really good team like they always are.
Yeah, that's what the Crew does. They win basketball games, and they're always going to be there at the end.
Lucky's going for that
Not even
championship.
Ricky Anderson wasn't even there.
Yeah.
So,
Ricky wasn't there. Corbin wasn't there. Takitis wasn't there.
Watch
got
out.
some firepower.
watch out. That's all I got to say.
Next up, we have Drunk Monkey beating WSI. New look WSI.
And I thought WSI was back.
They still might be. They
Yeah.
went
I'm
against
gonna give 'em
the
another chance.
2-time defending champion Drunk Monkey. Where are we at in the streak? Where are we at? What do they need? 5 more wins?
4 or 5.
I think they need 4 or 5 more wins. They're at
25,
Time
26
talking
straight,
about
27 straight.
yeah. It's gotta be 20.
No one even knows when the
28
streak started.
28 straight.
No one
We're gonna
even
do our homework. We're
knows
gonna look all the way back. We're
when
gonna.
it started.
All I'm gonna do is one day I'm just gonna come on and announce. Streak,
probably like
the
a-
former streak of Shooters Club has been broken.
It's probably a 5-game winning streak. We just sit here all along hyping it up. Yeah, I'm kidding. Obviously, it's not 5.
I told Steve before the game that he was going down this week. I've said that for
That wasn't
what,
a good
8-9 weeks in a row.
Because you're a big WSI fan.
I know I am. I'm a huge WSI fan.
Here's a fun little fact for you guys. When Drunk Monkey has Lawrence Hines, Brandon Tunnel, Darrell Johnson, all at the same game, they haven't lost in 27 or 8 games. That's all I have to say. When those 3, the big 3, when they came to Drunk Monkey, that was it. Those 3 together don't know what a loss
I'm going to
feels
call
like in this
your
league.
bluff because I know El missed the playoff game this season.
Yeah, no, I said when all 3 are there, though, they haven't lost.
Yeah, when El wasn't there, they haven't lost either.
No, before Brandon and Darrell came to the team, they were losing with that just that.
That stat is BS.
No, it's not.
That's all I
It's
was-
completely
it's
accurate.
BS.
It's
I don't
completely
wanna hear
accurate. Since they joined the team, they have not lost.
Are you guys done?
Yeah, I'm done now. Brandon came over, you know, number 1 ranked in our top 50,
Right.
31 points, and
Only 10 rebounds and 1 assist. Come on. I mean, for the number 1, you should be putting up a triple double.
I don't want Brandon to never have an assist. If he gets that basketball, I don't want him to even pass it. He is the best scorer in the league. when he gets the basketball. I think everyone else should just get out of the way.
Yeah, double too.
Yes, he did.
Serving doubles. This WSI team's gonna be alright.
You look at him, Jeremy Jean, only
There's some
3
promise.
assists,
I know.
and I believe you were on stats that game.
No, I wasn't. Rudy was.
Okay.
I was on the scoreboard.
All right. Just checking. 'Cause,
You're trying to call me out
I'm
in
just
front of all
saying.
my
I'm
fans.
just saying. I know you're a huge fan of Jeremy Jean, and so if you were on stats, I would have said he probably only got 2 assists, because you probably would have gave him an extra one. That's where I was getting at.
No, if I was doing stats, WSI would have won this game somehow.
That doesn't even make sense.
Well, we know what kind of commission you'd be.
Oh man.
Do we even need to say anything? Yeah.
Silver's got a lot of
Drug
years
monkey.
before he gets to take
Yeah,
over.
that's true.
Now we look here. Maybe my new favorite name in the league, Wicker.
Yeah,
13
I
points.
saw that name.
He
That jumped
knew.
out.
He's been here for like 2 seasons.
Really?
No.
I would have remembered
Sure
that
about
name.
Yeah, I would have
Yeah,
said.
he was on their roster last year.
Did he ever show up? Did I ever have to talk about him?
But I remember
Well, if I never
seeing
talked
the
about him, I wouldn't remember the name.
That is a name.
Will Townsville, 11 points. R.J. Bullock, 11 points. And Mike Boyd, only 9 points. Mike Boyd
Where
was
was
a
Mike
former All-Star.
Boyd ranked? I thought he was like in your top 10.
No, he's probably
You didn't even
closer.
know about the
He's
player.
probably
No, I did.
He's probably somewhere around.
I'm confused.
He's probably somewhere around 20, maybe mid 20s, maybe 30. I don't know. I had to double check.
Yeah.
A lot of great players in the league to choose from. But Drunk Monkey, all I gotta say is the streak continues.
It's gonna end.
There's nothing bigger in the league right now than the
It
streak.
will end.
So just imagine. You know what? We might have to
gosh.
give. We might have to give
Oh my
something for
gosh.
the team that beats the streak.
Next.
Stop talking. Ah,
We didn't talk
I
about the
get it.
Undertaker streak this much, did we? Only when it came to an end. So I'll talk about it when it comes to an end, which will be soon.
Actually, that's all they did was WWE. All they did was talk about the Undertaker streak.
Yep.
Yeah, but they talked about it even more when it came to an end. So that'll be me when Drunk Monkey's streak comes to an end, which will be this week. There are 2 weeks.
You have not said that before, right?
What?
You have not said Drunk Monkeys are going to lose before.
No, never.
So this comes to no
It'll be-
surprise.
It'll be my first time.
He's a broken record over here when it comes to. People don't use records anymore. All right, that's going to wrap it up for our A Division recaps this week. Any comments? You know, you can leave them below on our YouTube page, or feel free to comment right below the video. Mike and Dan usually don't know what they're talking about, but like I said, I'm usually 50% accurate when I recap a game.
What does that even mean?
It doesn't mean anything. Anything for you guys?
No, you said it all.
How can you be accurate during a recap? What does that even mean?
I'm calling out people's names and stats.
You're reading off of paper, of course you're gonna
Sometimes
be
I
accurate.
read the wrong line. I said I'm 50% accurate.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. Thanks for checking us out. No games this weekend, Memorial Day weekend. So have a safe Memorial Day weekend, and we will see everyone the following weekend.